So first of all, I want to thank the Rav for the opportunity. And thank you on time for the food. This should be the Lunishma for all the people mentioned. And so we're talking about in the chapter 4 of Megillah. It speaks about the Mamadot, and we say that we read about in the Mamadot. We read about the creation of the world. So basically, the Mamadot is that whenever there's a Tamid sacrifice in the morning and the afternoon, there has to be a representative for Kohanim, Yisraelim, and Levim. So Kohanim and Levim are in the Beit HaMikdash, but Yisraelim, you needed someone there to represent the nation. So what do? You take a group of what's called Mamadot that corresponds to the Kohanim Mishmarot. There were 24 in each year, 24 and they alternated. And so basically, you had some of the people in the Mamadot would be in the Beit HaMikdash, and some would be in their own hometowns, praying for the acceptance of the sacrifice of the daily Tamid. So what happens over here? It says, if it wasn't for my covenant of the korbanot, then I would not have created morning and not heaven and earth. So it says. What's the covenant here? The covenant is talking about the one of Avraham Avinu when he made a Brit Ben Abetarim. So he said, in that he said, V'omar Hashem Elokim, B'ma adaki arishana. He said, where shall I know shall thou inherit it? So tell me what I must teach my descendants that will help them achieve atonement for their sins. Avraham asked, tell me something that will help them achieve atonement for their sins. So Hashem said, Amar Avam Lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Abraham said before the Holy One, blessed be He, Ribono Shalom, Master of the universe, Shema Chas V'Sholom Yisrael Chotim Lefanecha. Perhaps heaven forbid Israel will sin before you. V'ata Selem Kedoa Mabur Kedoa Aflaga, and you will to do to them as He did to the generation of the flood, or to the generation of the dispersion. Amar Lolav, Hashem said, no, I won't do it to them. Amar Ribono Shalom, but Abraham persisted and he said, Hashem, Master of the universe, B'ma'ada, with what will they atone their sins? Meaning, whereby shall I know? What will they atone their sins? Because he said, Amar lo Hashem said to him, Kachli eglam mishuleshet. Bring me calves. So he said, Korbanot, basically. He said, Korbanot is going to be. So then he asked a good question. Amar Fnal Ibn Shalom. Avraham said, Master of the universe. Tenach bizman Beit HaMikdash kayam. That's okay for when we have a Beit HaMikdash. Aval bizman she'en Beit HaMikdash kayam, ma'ata elem. But in times when the Holy Temple will not be in existence, what will be with them? What are we going to do? There's no Beit HaMikdash, there's no offerings. How are they going to get atonement for their sins? Amalo, God said to Abraham, I've already established for them the scriptural section of offerings. Whenever they read from them, I will consider it as if they bring an offering, and I'll forgive them for all their sins. So you see from here the powerful status of reading the korbanot to help us be mechaber our sins. Because they say if you don't have something to do, like we don't have korbanot, we can learn about them, we can read about them, and it's as if we actually did them. So there should be a schut to us that we should continue to learn the Torah, and even though we don't have all the mitzvot, all the 613, and we only have some of them that still apply nowadays, we should still be able to do them if we learn about them and we read about them. And that will help us perform all the mitzvot. So Be'ezrat Hashem, we will continue to do that.